In this video, I go over the different values with colored pencils and methods to using them to make your artwork come to life, using a value chart and a paint program to help you with choosing colors and determining values before you begin your drawings. One of the most important things about creating realistic artwork is using the right colors, and not just the right colors, but the right values of those colors. Without this, your artwork will lack the necessary depth it needs to look realistic. Knowing what to choose can be difficult and overwhelming, so hopefully this video can help you in understanding values and your drawings. The first thing when it comes to values is understanding that there are colors and there are shades. Colors are made by mixing different pigments of other colors without the use of black or white. Black and white are shades and are not colors. And using black to darken an area in hopes to get it to be as dark as it's supposed to be will leave you with an oversaturated use of black that does not look realistic. Next is to understand that most, and I really mean most, darker areas of a subject is achieved by using opposite colors of the color spectrum or nearby ones. Use of cooler colors are going to be better suited for shadows, and warm colors are going to be better suited for areas in light. But this also depends on the subject, of course. If you have warm colored subjects, like this horse for example, you aren't going to use cooler colors for the shadows. But even if your subject is blue, for example, that just means that the shadows are going to be more intense blues, purples, and greens. The most intense aspect of this opposite colors theory or idea can be seen when you look at white subjects. There are warm colors, or mostly warm, in the highlighted areas, and cool blues in the shadows. So I always say to use black last, and try to achieve everything you can using colors only, and then use black for any light touch-ups at the end. This is because once you add black, you can't add colors over it very well. So if you mess up, it's much harder to correct it. And you're a lot more likely to really mess up your values with the drawing. So start off light and slowly darken using colors with each layer you add until it gets to where it needs to be or close to it, and then go in and finish with that black if you need to. Now, one thing you can do to help yourself out is create a value chart. And you can make it however you like on a large piece of paper or strips, and it doesn't need to be really huge. This will allow you to be able to see the color of your colored pencils a little bit better for when you compare them to your reference photos. Include the color of the pencil with the sample so that you know what's what. And now, when I compare this chart to my reference photo, I can then select the colors I feel match the best and compare them also to the other ones that are there. Make sure to select colors that match the shadows, and remember, black is not a color to use for shadows unless a specific subject calls for it. If you're curious to know, I actually don't use anything to help me pick out my colors when I draw. I literally just wing it as I go along. I mostly use my 60 set of my Faber-Castell Polychromos colored pencils and a few Luminance pencils, and I have gotten really used to them and know what to grab. I do feel like having less colors helps you out because there is less to memorize and keep track of all the various colors that are available. So when learning about colored pencils, this will really help you out to stick with one set to work with. Another tip that might help you out in trying to figure out which colors are going to be lighter or darker compared to others is to take your color chart or scratch piece of paper where you've colored onto it to examine the colors in question. Snap a photo of it with your phone and then convert it to black and white to compare the values. This way you can create your chart with correct value orders if you would like to have that. If you want to learn more colored pencil tips, you should check out the top right video where I demonstrate some handy colored pencil hacks. Otherwise, you might find the video YouTube suggests for you more interesting in the bottom right. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.